sitting between Mr. and Mrs. Arm and Hammer. I mean, it just goes on and on. Or recently, a headline story of Jeff Gundlach, who is really the new bomb king in the United States. And there was a story about him in the news recently about trying to form a group of financiers to buy the bills. A man of enormous wealth. And so on and on it goes. And I'm sure if I looked around and spoke to some of you, to many of you, there are great triumphs. And I just hope that the Alumni Association will take it upon themselves to promote those of you who have achieved so much. And we were certainly grateful to teach you. So thanks for the support.
I really don't need a mic, you guys know that. Well, they say that if you enjoy what you do, you never have to go to work. I never worked a day in my life. And that's because of the kids that were under me and the sports that I had, whether it was intramurals, which one part of the program that wasn't varsity for quite a while was gymnastics. And believe it or not, that was one of the reasons that I got the job, because they wanted to start it there. I was working down at the Finger for 1 year. That was all. And then I moved in for the next, right up to 1991. I really did. I enjoyed working with kids. You go ahead and have a little fun while you're working, but you're going to work hard or you're not going to succeed. And when people ask what do I do for a living, I said, well, I was a phys ed teacher. All that's left is the fizz.
These guys are a tough act to follow. Well, one of the things that I think about is just wonderful to remember. And it's hard for me to believe how long it's been since I retired. But as I looked through the yearbooks the last few days, and of course I was boggled by the number of students that I came in contact with over the years. But you're the ones that started in '62 when I came to Amherst as a wet behind ears rookie, and you folks were good, and you really were, you inspired me, and it was just such a wonderful, wonderful time. Thank you very much.
Several Amherst names that you'll recognize were my mentors. I started in '59. I was a greenhorn kid, age 21. Some of my students in that senior class of 1960 were in my earth science class, needed one more credit. They're 17 or 18, and they thought, we're going to take on this guy and see what we can do to him. The worst they did was take a case of beer to the quarry for our field trip. These are people even older than you. And they had that beer, and I didn't know about it until I ran into one of those kids at a restaurant about 8 or 10 years later. I hope no one else put that much over on them. You never know. Well, among my mentors, though, was John Scheller. Now, I'll let you know, one of the things he did not teach me, he was widely known as a man who could speak for any amount of time, with or without a tie. And I'm not going to do that tonight. My other mentors, though, were people that you probably will recognize. And I have a little quiz here for you. I'm going to read the student's nickname, and you chime in with the answer. Here's the easiest one first. Leapin' Larry.
Branson.
Great. Fish Eyes or Froggy.
Lake.
Great. Moose.
Bird.
Black.
Heath.
Heath was my other mentor. And then a name that was maybe not so familiar to you, but very important to me. Dick Lake at Black Pete taught me how to teach science. This man taught me how to teach kids. The gentle giant of room 220. Do you know who that would be? John Gelsey. So I hope that thinking back of those days brings fond memories to you. My memories of Amherst are great. All the years from '59 to '95. And thank you for inviting me tonight. It was a lot of fun seeing all you kids You're a kid to me. Thanks again.
I'm particularly impressed with your oratory. If you never even took my course.
Maybe that's something to do with it.
Anyhow, it's great to be here at another reunion. Again, I'm going to repeat what I've said before. I look around, I look at myself, and I think, how come you stay the same? And all these people have gotten older. One thing that really makes me feel older, I look over here and here's Woody Friedrich, who was a student. Anyhow, it's great to be here. Thanks for a wonderful stage dance.
Thank you all. The average tenure of these gentlemen, we calculated, is that they were teachers at Amherst for an average of about 33 years. The last thing that I'd just like to do is to call on Linda Baumler-Koziel, who wants to say a word for our former classmates who are no longer with us.
This is much more difficult than singing in public, but the conception of this was about a year ago, and Steve and I were talking about the importance of our drama and our musical program and how much fun it was, but the bonding that went on during our classes with Mr. Clayman and our times on stage with Mr. Wright. And my best friend at that time, who I shared the spotlight with at every magazine drive skit, and anytime there was a spotlight, Sharon Hess and I were there sharing that light. And Sharon passed away a year ago. She was my best friend right until the day that she passed. And we are dedicating this show because she won the drama award the year she played opposite Peter Hall in The Imaginary Invalid. Peter is here tonight. Sharon, I played his wife, she played his maid, yes, that's right. And Sharon won the big award, and I'd like to dedicate this performance to her and to everyone else on that list on our website with all those beautiful little red roses after them. Think of them. Thank you.
Thank you, Linda. Now, the plan is that the show is going to start as soon as we can, probably in about 5 or 10 minutes. Go ahead and enjoy your coffee and dessert. But we have one last very special thing that I wanted to make sure everybody had a chance to hear. Jim Heading, class of '67, is the poet laureate of the Boomer reunion, and he's been at work